my name is Cheri and you're watching Work Wednesdays. This week's question comes from someone who follows me on Snapchat, and they asked, what can I do to make my product more appealing or attractive to consumers? A product can be anything from an actual company to a person, an actual physical product that you can touch and feel like this brush, or a service. Besides just having an awesome product or service or whatever it is to begin with, you need to figure out a way to make your product stand out in a super crowded marketplace where there might be a million other copies of your actual product out there. There's actually this really great book called Brand Sense, and it's written by Martin Lindstrom. If you look Martin Lindstrom up online, you'll see that he's a branding expert. He's spent his lifetime trying to understand consumer buying behavior. In one of Martin's experiments, he filled a room with 5 children. In front of these 5 children, he hung a clothesline with 3 different pairs of jeans. He asked the children to identify the brands behind each pair of jeans. One little girl ran up to a pair, grabbed them, and said, "These! I love these!" And he asked her, "Why do you love this pair of jeans?" And she said, "They're Abercrombie, I can tell." And he's like, "How can you tell that this is an Abercrombie pair of jeans?" And she said, "Because of the way that they smell." In Martin Lindstrom's research, he found that adults can only absorb 1.3 channels of information simultaneously. That means that today's adults can text on their phone and also half listen to a conversation that's going on the side. What's surprising and almost scary is that today's children can actually absorb 5.4 channels of information simultaneously. That means Jimmy can play video games, talk on his phone, listen to mom telling him what to do, search for things on the internet, keep an eye on whatever he's bidding on eBay, assuming he has some kind of credit card, and he still has 0.4 left over in his attention span for homework. What this means is that tomorrow's consumers will need to be assaulted from every angle in order to feel convinced about buying a product. You can't just send someone an email and assume that they're going to purchase something. Because of the internet, people are well informed. Today, people know more about everything than they did before. You have to get creative. That's why companies like Abercrombie spray that perfume all over their store. They want to create a memory. If a brand isn't sticking in your mind, you'll forget it. You want to help consumers retain positive memories when experiencing your brand so that they'll want to experience it again. Tiffany & Co., for example, is a luxury brand that women are just dying to get their hands on. They have beautiful jewelry that's sterling silver, and it's not exactly custom made, but people want it because there's a perception that Tiffany & Co. jewelry is better than other jewelry you can get anywhere else. Here's why. Tiffany & Co. puts their jewelry in a beautiful Tiffany blue box. When a girl receives this box, she goes, "Oh my god, it's a Tiffany box, you shouldn't have, no way." She goes through the process of undoing that beautiful ribbon that they wrapped this box in and opening it, revealing the Tiffany jewelry. In marketing, we call this the ritual. Every girl dreams of receiving her very own blue Tiffany & Co. box, unwrapping it. It's the idea behind it. It's the experience. This piece of silver jewelry you could buy anywhere else, but because it's from Tiffany and it comes in that beautiful blue box, they want it. Another example is the Dollar Shave Club. When Dollar Shave Club exploded on the scene, it happened all at once. They put out a video that made tons of people laugh, and that video went viral on the internet. Suddenly, everyone wanted to subscribe to Dollar Shave Club. If you aren't familiar with Dollar Shave Club, it's basically a razor subscription service. It's a very simple idea, but what made it so special was the commercial that came out with it. Go ahead and pause this video that you're watching right now, head to YouTube, open up another window, and search for the Dollar Shave Club commercial. You will laugh your butt off. When watching this video, all you can think is, holy crap, that's so creative, oh my god, that's so funny. It sticks out in your mind because it's so unlike anything else, and it's about a razor. When selling your product or service or brand or company, you don't want to just think about the rational reasons why someone would obviously want disposable razors sent to their house for convenience every month. You want to think of every single emotional reason why, whimsical reasons why, funny reasons why, why, sexy reasons why. There are a million different reasons why people might want to buy your product, and you'll only find out why if you test the market. Test for sex appeal behind your product. Test the humor angle. Test all the rational reasons why someone might actually want to buy your product. Wait to see which ads generate the most engagement, the most clicks, the most conversions. As soon as you figure that out, bet your money on it. The social media engagement tool that all the big brands use to measure the type of reaction that their posts are getting on the internet is Simply Measured. Simply Measured is super expensive, so I would not buy it unless you actually had the money to spend on it and you actually had a wide enough audience to measure this sort of thing. Simply Measured has the best newsletter ever. If I had the money, I would literally just subscribe to Simply Measured just so I could get my hands on this newsletter. In Simply Measured's newsletter, they reveal insights from the top brands in the world and which types of posts for these brands are actually working. And when I say top brands, I mean all of the brands that are on Interbrand's global top 100 list, like Coca-Cola, Apple, Google, McDonald's, Disney. The data reveals that the most exciting posts that receive the most engagement, are posts that consumers have an emotional connection with. When describing your brand or trying to sell your brand, you don't want to stay super layman, like this brush, for example. Sure, it's super dense, applies foundation really well, but that is not the only reason why people should buy this brush. You want to give people an emotional connection to this brush. Why would I want this? As a consumer, I want to use a brush that makes me feel cool. I like this brush because it's Marc Jacobs. It feels luxurious. I know that I worked hard to buy something this nice. Marc Jacobs, because you're worth it. Marc Jacobs, treat yourself. Marc Jacobs, you earned this. Create an entire story around your product. Give people a reason to want to buy this brush. Marc Jacobs, the only foundation brush you'll ever need. Marc Jacobs, the legacy of beauty. Whatever tests well when you throw it in an ad. Today's consumers are inundated by so many different products and brands that if you don't stand out, your product will never be appealing to them. It's not just what your product actually does, it's how it smells, it's how it tastes, how it feels when you hold it in your hands. It's the packaging that it comes in. It's the emotions that it evokes when you think about this product. There is a world that lives inside this brush and it's up to you to unlock it. So, to recap, how do you make your product or brand or service or whatever it is more attractive to consumers? 1, stay memorable. Tickle the emotions of your consumers. Just make them remember you in a positive, feel-good way that makes them want to recall your brand over and over and over. And this works for anything. Services, people, products, whatever. 2, think of the different ways you can attract your consumer utilizing all of the body's different senses. What they see, how it feels, the way it tastes, the way it smells, the way it sounds. All of those wonderful things. Make your product memorable through each of those senses because, again, consumers are inundated every day by boring stuff. Make yours stand out. And 3, figure out which feature is most attractive to your consumer to understand why they're buying. You might find that the reason people really want your product is solely because of how much it weighs, solely because they can fit it in between 2 fingers, or that their mother used it, or whatever, it doesn't matter. Research, survey, test, you got it. As soon as you know exactly what the magic money recipe is behind your brand or product, double all your money down on it, build your brand off of these things, and make that money. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you, be sure to follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, literally everywhere as Hey Cheri. I am super easy to find. And if you have questions about branding or growth hacking or marketing or advertising or basically anything related to building a company from the ground up, or even career advice, whatever, I've done it all. Drop me a comment, tweet me, snap me, whatever, with all of your questions, and I will answer the best ones here on my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Once again, my name is Cheri, and you're watching Work Wednesdays. I'll see you next week. If this, the data reveals that, these brands are able to, okay, Instagram me, my hair keeps getting caught in my lipstick. They're the sort of